Okay, we're going to go through the decreasing part of this pattern because it is the more complicated section, but I'm going to kind of go through this. This is the scaled section, and if you've watched any of my how to make spikes for like the dragon hat, or done my crocodile stitch, that's basically what you're doing. You're bringing your cast on loops back like if you were doing a brim. And then I just did a regular knit row, and then I did the broken seed stitch through here using a pink and a multicolored yarn, and the solid is my knit rows, the multicolor is my seed stitch rows. That's a knit one, purl one, next row, purl one, knit one. That's pretty self-explanatory. The thing that makes this next section a challenge is because you're decreasing it down to get to the smaller end so that it's not so bulky at the bottom, and it's not so it does more like a fishtail. So this is going to make sense the way I'm doing this. I just finished my last set, which ended me with the multicolor row. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my wedge, and this is the benefit of having a wedge. You're going to move it in to the next two pegs here. Tighten it down so that you can go in and move this stitch and decrease it. And then you're going to take this stitch over here and you're going to move it and decrease it like that. Okay, so you've decreased down to 2. Now you're going to be picking up your pink. Okay, and how this is going to work is you're going to knit all the way around. You're going to knit those two together right there. There's a proper decrease. And then you're going to knit all the pegs all the way around like normal, and then you're going to knit the two together on this side and then knit over to here. Okay, and that gets your first section. The way I'm setting this up is makes it the easiest possible to keep up with when you're with your patterning, so it doesn't get offset, and that can be a challenge at times. There's your knit two together, and then you're going to knit these two here. Okay, in order to keep it in the same lineup as you've been having it all the way around, we're going to decrease it again. So you're going to take and loosen up your wedge, and you're going to move it to the next 2 slots. Then you're going to pick this up and you're going to decrease it over. Okay, and then you're going to pick this other side up over here, and you're going to decrease it over like that. And what this does is it realigns your seed stitch back up so that it doesn't get off anywhere in there, so that when you pick it up, your multicolor for your second row, what you're going to do is you're going to knit those two together. Then you're going to purl. You're going to knit, purl, and in the pattern it's going to be, there's your knit two together. It's going to start with this, and it's going to be purl, knit all the way around, and then it's going to show you your decrease. So there's a knit, purl, and that kind of keeps it easier to remember what you're going to start with if you're not wanting to look too heavy at the pattern. This is make it easier to keep up with, so that you're knitting two together, you're still starting with a knit, and it's not having to change up anything. And that's important to keep it simple. And so because you're decreasing by 4 pegs in the first 2 rows, the next 2 rows are going to have no decreases to it. So this gives you an idea of how I am doing this. Okay, when you get to this decrease, you're going to purl those 2 stitches that you see there together. So you're going to purl them together. Then you're going to knit, and then you're going to purl. Okay, and to complete the broken seed stitch set, to make it easier, you're not going to decrease these next 2 rows to complete the set. So what you're going to do is you're going to knit all the way around, which is your 3rd row of a seed stitch set. Okay, and to finish the last setup, it's going to be simple. You're going to start with a purl and knit, purl knit all the way around like you had been doing. So what that 2 decreases in a row helps you set up to where you don't have to worry about what you need to do next. You're basically continuing with the pattern that you've already done. So at this point, you're going to knit, purl all the way around, and you're going to repeat this setup all the way down until you have a certain number of pegs left, and then we'll go from there.